what's up everybody, it's your boy Pravchov, and this time we're reacting to the top 10 Fate series fights. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. Who's your favorite character from the Fate? For me it's either Archer, the grown-up version of Emiya, or it's Ku. I fucking love Ku. Kinda bullshit that they fucking nerf him every time without him being able to use his magic, but it's whatever. Fucking class system and shit. Fuck that shit. Oh, and Saber is pretty fucking cool. Toria. Damn, there's a lot of fucking cool characters in Fate. Jesus Christ.
An epic that combines modern settings and legendary heroes summoned from the past, duking it out for the artifact known as the Holy Grail. I'm sure you've guessed what franchise I'm talking about by now, haven't you? If you didn't, you need to hang out on the internet some more. With how popular the series has become, it's about time we have a video on the Fate series. And what better topic to focus on than the fights? After all, a war for the Holy Grail's just as good as the fights that set the stage for the winner's coronation. On the other hand, who wouldn't want to take a trip down memory lane and relive some of the epic fights that UFO-table's known for? Without further ado, here are the top 10 fights in the Fate anime series.
Let's see them, my guy. Ryder was true assassin, yeah, this is fire.
The first Heaven's Feel movie ends in a bang, giving us our first fight on the list, Ryder versus True Assassin. As the film draws to a close, it seems that Saber's master is doomed to suffer the same fate as many who cross True Assassin. Yeah, right, you'd think they'd kill the main character off. Surprisingly, help is on its way. Just as Shiro's about to be finished off by True Assassin, Ryder, of all servants, comes to the rescue. And this isn't the same Ryder as the one that was easily defeated earlier in the movie. This time, she's faster and more powerful than her previous incarnation, and she puts on a show with her chains before forcing a retreat out of True Assassin. Just how did a servant that was so weak become the one to save our protagonist? It's anybody's guess at that point, but those familiar with the story know that the answer is closer to Shiro than you would have expected.
Okay. Ooh. I don't know about putting this at 9. This fight is fucking fire, my guy. This is like, ooh, this fire. Oh.
Next up, we have Archer versus Lancer in Unlimited Blade Works. Everyone knows him for the jokes about him dying, but when you look at it from another perspective, Lancer's probably one of the strongest servants summoned in Fate Stay Night's Holy Grail War. He constantly falls...
Yeah, it's bullshit how they kill my boy every fucking time. Fuck those guys. He's legit one of the strongest servants. Legit.
Lancer's probably one of the strongest servants summoned in Fate Stay Night's Holy Grail War. He constantly falls victim to the biggest curse in anime while fighting, not being a main character. An even match battle quickly goes in Lancer's favor as he reveals that he is indeed taking it easy in their first confrontation. With all the shackles removed, Lancer proves to be without peer in combat, and Archer finds that out the hard way. Nevertheless, both combatants remain calm and collected as Lancer unleashes his noble phantasm, Gay-Bolg, a full-powered Ro IS his noble phantasm, Gay-Bolg. A full-powered Ro IS barely protected Archer from the powerful noble phantasm. Maybe Gay-Bolg secretly the most powerful noble phantasm in this war. Once you're hit by it, game over. The only way to survive it is to defeat Lancer beforehand. And speaking of defeating Lancer before he can use Gay-Bolg...
I mean, considering that the only person it's insta-killed is himself... Yeah, I don't know. That won't bad. But yeah, it's definitely not the strongest. Inuyasha is probably the strongest.
Before he can use
definitely the strongest. Maybe Avalon. Oh, it's kind of fucked up that we've never really seen Avalon used correctly. I mean, she always gives it to fucking Shiro. So my girl Saber is always fucking weakened by a huge amount every single fucking path. Like, that's fucked up. If she have Avalon, she's legit OPSL. She's as strong as Gilgamesh, maybe stronger. I mean, considering all the things that thing can do for her, it basically makes her immortal. Legit. I don't know if she's stronger than Gilgamesh going all out, but maybe, I think definitely possible.
Next we have Lancer versus True Assassin. To be honest, I wouldn't consider this much of a fight, but more of a chase scene. A beautiful and cinematic chase
and another fucked up way they kill my boy.
fitting for a modern movie of the Fate franchise. Seeing a pattern with short, visually pleasing fights in Heaven's Feel? When you think about it, the eye test shows that Lancer has the fight against True Assassin 1 in all regards. He chases True Assassin throughout the city, and he outmaneuvers and overcomes all that True Assassin throws at him. Even with superior combat abilities, Lancer fails to catch True Assassin in time and is led to a confrontation with the shadow that's been haunting Fuyuki City. Seeing the threat of this new enemy, Lancer attempts to use Gay Bulk, but is slain before managing to let loose the destructive Noble Phantasm. The fight is here to showcase the threat of the Shadow and how a big player it is in the story. The look of disbelief on Lancer's face says it all. No way would True Assassin be able to defeat a servant of Lancer's caliber, but with the mysterious Shadow by his side, masters and servants beware.
Okay, everybody, give me your true thoughts on this fight. I fucking hated how they presented this fight. Like, Saber getting her ass beat by Kazuki was bullshit. That was fucking pure bullshit. I fucking hated this. I mean, it was good. The choreography was amazing, but I fucking hated the whole...
Our next entry is Shiro,
fight
Saber
lore-wise.
and Rin taking on Kazuki and Caster. This fight shows that while servants are the mightiest heroes of legend, you shouldn't underestimate masters in a fight. Kazuki's one master who's trained himself to fight on par with servants and shows his strength by taking on Saber himself. It isn't Caster who manages to overpower Saber, but her human master. Something like that's unheard of, and it just shows how amazing a combatant Kazuki's become. With that impressive showing against Saber, taking down Rin wouldn't be much of a chore now, would it? So it's up to Shiro to save the day, and boy did he do it. He showcases his projection abilities in his attempt to save both Saber and Rin. Well, creating Archer's blades doesn't really get the job done, but the ability does shift the tide of the battle a bit until Kazuki and Caster make their getaway.
Ooh, I forgot about this. What was this guy's name? It was Do Something, right?
Fate Zero has the next great fight on the list, Saber versus Lancer. This fight isn't the first to feature Saber taking on Lancer in the Fate Zero timeline. Previously, Lancer...
Duralane? I think it was something like that.
On the list, Saber versus Lancer. This fight isn't the first to feature Saber taking on Lancer in the Fate Zero timeline. Previously, Lancer always seemed to come out on top. However, the battles would always be interrupted, which results in a debatable draw. This time, Saber and Irisveal confront Lancer for the last time, hoping to finish the duel between the servants and finally decide a winner. The two servants exchange blows as equals, and we see how much Saber values fighting with honor and a clear conscience. Unfortunately for her though, someone whose fate is tied to her doesn't share her ideals. Yep, that fight's cut short by Kiritsugu's intervention. He coerces Kaneth to use his command seal in order to force Lancer into committing suicide. With that, Lancer dies, cursing the Holy Grail, Kiritsugu, and the world. And it's such a shame that such a good fight ended in a tainted way. Then again, all's fair in love and war, and Kiritsugu's the embodiment of that saying.
Yes. Ooh. Oh, this fight. Yo, I want to know how much money they spent on this fight. Like, the animation on this fight. This fight...
At 5, we
couldn't they just donate like 10% of the money they spent on this fight for the 7 Sins last season?
have Saber Alter versus Berserker from the second Heaven's Feel movie. Midway through the second Heaven's Feel movie, Saber Alter manifests and has none other than Berserker as her first opponent. It's a key rematch from the previous movie. This battle's big in a way that it shows how far Saber in this new form has come. After losing to Berserker in the original movie as her previous self, Alter proves to be more than what Berserker and his numerous lives can handle. Few can have physically besting Berserker as a claim to fame.
Yeah, it also helps she had infinite fucking mana.
But Alter does it. And more. Seemingly unscathed by the raw power of Berserker, Alter finishes the fight with her new version of Excalibur. Overall, the fight might not be that exciting.
By the way, did you all notice how she words the Excalibur? Like how she always did it in the show before she turned the Alter?
Alta
Look at that
finishes the
mount.
fight with her new version of Excalibur.
This was so good.
Overall, the fight might not be that exciting or tense as the next ones that we have on the
Excalibur
list.
Morgan?
but
Was
it's
it
a
Morgan?
visual treat.
This one? I don't remember. I'm really bad with names. See ya. Oh. Oh. Like, this was really cool, but I don't know if I'd call this a fight. It was more of a slaughter.
If there's a memorable moment in Fate Zero due to the sheer spectacle of it, this would be it. As the series approaches its end, we're treated to a final face-off between Ryder and Gilgamesh. After some words to his master, Ryder activates his noble phantasm and the fight's on. We once again get treated to the awesomeness that is Ionioi Hetairoi. Who could beat an entire army of soldiers forged by bonds and the spirit of the great conqueror? A red sword. That's what. Despite having his reality marble wiped by Gilgamesh's Enuma Elish, Ryder charges on. Enduring blade after blade from the gate of Babylon, Ryder's sheer willpower keeps him going. It's glorious for Ryder. Not a lot can force respect out of Gilgamesh, but here he's finally recognized as a worthy opponent to the King of Heroes.
Yeah, rest in peace, Alexander. Bruh, how are you putting Gilgamesh versus Shiro at 3? What the fuck did they put for 1 and 2? God damn!
Gilgamesh versus Shiro. Honestly, I'm tempted to put this fight higher just because of the sheer spectacle of it. This fight
and the music. The music for this fight.
In the climax is largely one of the reasons why I like Unlimited Blade Works so much, even with the problems it has. After seeing how big of a Karma Houdini Gilgamesh ended Fate Zero as, it feels so satisfying to see him find his match in not the strongest of servants, but a boy who just really wants to be a hero of justice. Using Unlimited
Hey, come on, don't play my boy Shiro. My boy got some fucking skills. Let's not downplay him all that much.
Works, Shiro manages to match Gilgamesh's sword blow by blow. As he admits, this tactic would be useless against the mightiest servants, but against the arrogant king whose sword spams those he deems beneath him, this is the perfect counter. Shiro outmaneuvers Gilgamesh's onslaught and caps off the battle with his beautiful version of Ro Ayas. I'm sure that I'm not the only one who had goosebumps in this fight.
No, you're not.
In my opinion, the best rendition of the Emiya theme jamming in the background. This fight is a must-watch. If you want something to convince you to watch Unlimited Blade Works, this is it.
What do you mean convince you to watch this? Everyone should definitely watch this. It's fucking fire. Even if you don't give a fuck about the stories, the story, the awesome music, or anything like that, just the fucking fight scenes are enough to make you watch this. Oh yes! Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
In a close
God
race for the top spot, Archer versus Shiro falls short in second place. They say your greatest enemy is yourself. That doesn't hit any closer to home for both Shiro and Archer. Being Shiro's future self from a timeline where he's grown embittered and cynical, Archer vows to take down his other self and break down the latter's details. What makes this battle so awesome is the fact that it's not a battle of strength. Come on, we all know Shiro's a capable fighter and that Archer's nowhere near the strongest servant in terms of raw power. But do you think that Shiro has any chance at all of defeating one of the most resourceful and versatile servants in a straight battle? Instead of a battle of strength, this battle is more a clash of ideals. Archer has the chance to quickly put an end to his young, naive self, but he refuses to do so. His enemy's not the boy in front of him, but the ideals that would soon turn that boy into the cynic that he knows. In the end, it's the stronger will that triumphed in this battle. Refusing to give in to Archer's taunts, Shiro holds his ground in his beliefs and grabs the victory that he should never have gotten.
God, Archer is such a fucking beast. Okay, I'll give it to you. I agree with the first place. This fight was so good.
So did you guess which fight made it to the #1 spot on our list? Yep, that's right. Kiray versus Kiritsugu from Fate Zero takes the #1 spot. With Kiray versus Kiritsugu, we have an unorthodox fight for anime standards. With the past entries, we've been treated to amazing reality marbles, excellent swordsmanship, and loads more. However, this fight needs no such useless fireworks. Kiray and Kiritsugu battle it out as foils, two people who are cut from the same mold, pragmatic monsters who are beyond right or wrong in their personal crusades. Everything in the fight is what you'd expect for a final battle between two masters, given Fate Zero's stellar reputation. Fluid fight choreography and brilliant strategizing highlight the rather short confrontation between two people who are essentially the same, and you can see it in their exchanges. Despite being this badass mage killer who doesn't give a damn about fighting clean and honorably, Kiritsugu finds his match in the priest, who acts as a wall that he just can't overcome. Instead of a slugfest, we're treated to a brilliant dance of assassins. Personally, this isn't just my favorite from the Fate series, it's also one of my favorite fights in anime, period. And there we have it, the top 10 Fate anime fights.
God damn, okay. Jeez, Fate has amazing fights. Fucking amazing fights. I'm kinda disappointed they didn't put Archer versus Assassin from the Bladeworks 2, I think, where he fucking beats his ass, slashes him across the face. That was a fire fight as well. Anyway, what do you guys think about Gilgamesh versus Turia with Avalon? I definitely think she could beat him. Full power, both of them full power, going 1v1. She definitely has a chance. Come on. What y'all think? Anyway, that was the top 10 Fate series fights. Like, subscribe, comment down below what you think about it. And I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a nice day.